Okay, well, that's great. Great too. Okay, hi you guys. We just finished. That's okay if you're off camera. We just finished our Mari convention in Vegas, and then we did the leadership retreat. So I'm really excited to start sharing with you goal setting and all that stuff. But today I did want to highlight convention while we're on the convention high. Um, there was a lot of, I'd like to pull in some testimonies at some point from girls who came for the first time, because one of them specifically, she's had very few interactions in the business. She struggled with consistency with posting and literally just the energy shift from convention. And she's having conversations with people who want to become a brand partner, which is really, really cool, right? And I think that's just because we're in the energy. It's really infectious. And when you're actually here listening to all of the things from corporate, you feel so much better. I know that I was feeling indifferent with shifts going on in the company. And then you're sitting here watching all this magic unfold. You're like, holy crap, this is the coolest thing ever. One of my favorite takeaways was David came up, and he's our new chairman. And he was actually talking about, he doesn't want to be network marketing. He doesn't want to be affiliate marketing. What he wants is to be called next generation marketing, because Amari is always going to be one step ahead of the game. We're always going to be one step ahead of the game. So we're actually just creating this new thing. So I'm going to start talking about next generation marketing rather than affiliate or network. And the difference with that and with us is, first of all, we have the affiliate opportunity for influencers to come in if you have a micro following. And then we have things like the Focus on 5 bonus. We need to leverage the Focus on 5 because other companies don't have stuff like that. Like, you have to get up in the ranks before you start earning an income. And people here who are enrolling 5 people are earning $500 in their very first month. I mean, obviously, depending when you get Focus on 5, but that opportunity isn't somewhere you can't do that in other companies where they just give you a $500 bonus when you first start, unless you're enrolling 10, 20, 30 people. So to get that essentially 100% payout with Focus on 5 is massive. So those are the types of tools I'm using to leverage our next generation marketing. And I think the internet is going to love it, because we're tired of the old network marketing where you have to get to the top of the company to earn the strips. You have to get to the top of the company to earn a paycheck. But not here. We don't have to do that here. Did you have any cool takeaways from convention, Heidi, you wanted to share?
I like that David shared the vision of the company, because if we look at how the company has been growing, with the way that, we'll have a sale and there will be a product that is not available, or we'll, like with our subscribe and save points, there's not all of the products that are available on there. And so David has came in and said, this is not going to happen. And so they have actually created the iLab, which is now in, I think it's either New York or New Jersey. Anyway, it's on the East Coast, and they actually have their own lab where that everything is tested. And so the raw ingredients are tested and the final products are tested. There are also clinical studies that are going to happen on all of the products. They're going to be backed by science and clinical studies. They will have the packaging machines, like they bought the machines to be able to do the packaging, because we don't want outages on anything. We want to always keep our stock on everything. For shipping facilities, when he met with one of the shipping facilities, they said, how is our numbers doing? And they said something about, oh, we only had 60 errors. And he's like, what are you talking about, 60 errors? That is 60 times that our reputation has been damaged. And so he said, it's reputation, reputation, reputation. And the way that a customer's first experience is huge. And then, of course, there's the IT part of it too, like the technology and the back office and all of these things that we want upgrades to. And he has a tech company as well. So I love that every piece along the way, that they are not sourcing all of that out, so that we have control over all of that, which is something that just, it's not heard of in the industry. So I just love the vision of where that the company is going, what he's doing. And even like last year when he said, something about out of stocks, and we haven't had out of stocks. And I think it's been like 7 months, like even since mangoes come in, it has not went out of stock. And then the new branding, if you haven't seen the new branding, it just takes our company to a whole new level. So the vision and the future of where we are headed, like if you've lost your excitement, like if you could just, like, that's the thing, is these in-person events, you get to see what is ahead. And when you can keep that vision in mind, then it just takes everything to the next level. So I love the part of where that the company is heading, the future, the vision, the corporate staff, and just the people that we have that's, you know, helping support us behind the scenes.
It's so cool too, like when you're there and you walk by and Dr. Sean, you know, he'll stop and have a conversation with you, and it doesn't matter what rank you are or anything, like he's super friendly. David is the same way, and our new CEO, Ozma, is the same way. Everyone wants to have a conversation with you, get to know you. It's just, yeah, it's really cool that it's, to me, I've seen other companies where you're like, you know, if you're down here, you're like, nobody cares. But here is like the exact opposite. And that's what I really appreciate. Everybody hears of somebody and you're a really integral part of the company, and they want to see you win and succeed. Like when we were at Jill's leadership mastermind, that was like the only thing I took in is we're different teams. Like we had different people on different teams. We're not making money off each other or being around each other or doing anything like, but we're all giving each other tips, tricks, and tools and sharing information and all of these, you know, little secrets that normally we wouldn't tell people. So it's really, really cool that we have that atmosphere too to work with. And that's what I really notice at convention is just everybody's excited for you to win, even though they have no clue who you are and you guys don't even affect each other. It's just everybody's happy. We're all on happy juice, so we're all happy. But then we have product launches coming up every 3 months, I believe he said.
Yep.
So that's going to be really cool. And they said for the next 2 year, the product launch projection, they said you won't even believe it. Like the things that they're going to be launching is something not anywhere you've ever seen on the market. And they will work on patents so other people can't take it from us. They can't recreate it. They won't be able to do it the same. Of course, we have our proprietary blends, like in the Kids Mood Plus and in Men's Biotics, and most of the products have that proprietary blend that they're trademarking, I guess, if that's the right terminology. So we literally, nobody will be able to take those and recreate them. We will be the only ones that have this type of products to help us. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about while we were on the topic of convention. Oh, little tips and tricks for you guys, because I know it's not easy. I've lived essentially my whole life low income, so I know what the struggle to get to convention, and I understand it's really difficult. And so there's a lot of ways it's not as overwhelming as we think it is. So I left some tips and tricks in our messenger, but I wanted to go over them here. Things like obviously the convention ticket, you can save up money, get it, do it that way. And then of course we can earn it back, and we can have a whole call on how to get Path to Paradise points and earn all these things back. So if you guys did not see that, your first Path to Paradise prize is a gala ticket. The second level, path number 2 is the convention ticket. You're going to get refunded. And then the third path is 3 nights accommodations. So you can get convention for free, which is really, really cool. And a lot of things that we did, like Heidi and I packed snacks most of the time, and we bought like a sandwich for lunch, and that was my lunch and my supper. There's so many ways you can room share. So it's about $100 to $200 per person each night. Don't be fooled by the fancy pictures. You guys, my dress was, I think, $11 on Shein. There was nothing fancy. And that bird thing I had on my head was like $5 on Amazon. Like my whole outfit was $20, and I wore my wedding shoes. Like I do not spend money on clothes. I promise. All of my clothes are from like Walmart or Shein.
I was gonna say, there were so many like dresses. It's like, where'd you get that? Jen Dorsey's dress was from Amazon. So again, yeah, don't be fooled by that. I feel like that we did convention really well this year. Like I think we only ate out like maybe 3 times like, the total time that we were here. So yeah, you find ways to just be frugal, and let me tell you, nobody is hungry or starved by any means.
No, even now we still have so many snacks. We're gonna have to throw them out. Literally, not even joking. But we brought things like protein bars and beef jerky, and there's refillable stations for your water bottles. Like you don't have to worry about that stuff when you're here as much. We just packed some things. And then of course the outfits, like I had said, do not go crazy and buy new things. And then the hotel accommodations, there are so many people you can room with. Like so many people are desperate looking for a roommate, because you're hardly in your room anyways, right? We're so busy with the convention all day. And then the next day is convention all day, and then it's the gala all evening, and then you go home. So it's really, it's not, you don't have to worry. I always worried about sharing a room. Maybe you guys don't even worry about it, but that's something I always worried about. And
The
this
other
time it went great.
Okay, go ahead. Let's keep talking.
No, I'm done. That's it.
I'm just gonna say that this year, like a lot of times, there's things that yes, we share on social media, but both Nicole and I have been through some pretty tough things this year, where that I think that if we had have waited to do everything until the end, that we would not have been at convention. Like last year we purchased our ticket as soon as it was available, and so that like $160 or whatever it was, there we had time to pay it off. And then it was around like January that we started looking for flights, and so we booked flights. And I think Nicole, you did the payment plan option, right?
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. You can do payment plans with your tickets.
Yeah,
So
so
like
you
it was pretty paid off.
Yeah, so you can do the payment plan options. And so as you're building your business and helping people and getting your paycheck, then you can pay that back. And then of course, yes, you do have your the hotel, but that's something that too that you can prepare for. And you have like another 6 to 7 months to get ready for that by the time that, because we broke it up, and both of us have had a lot of stuff going on too. And so if we'd have waited till last minute to just do everything, we wouldn't have been there. Like Nicole's been through a lot. My grandmother passed away and we had her funeral last week. And I can honestly tell you that I did not want to come to convention. It was the night before, and I'm messaging Nicole and I'm like, I just cannot pack. I don't know what to do. I can't do this. But I just knew in the back of my mind that this was going to be so good for me. And I can tell you that my mindset is different. My energy has shifted. I am in such gratitude, and I'm so happy that I came, because when you get around the energy of other people and those that are running and see the vision and all of that, it makes everything worthwhile. And you go home with an energy it's just completely different. And energy doesn't lie. If you are in a low space, like people don't rank up if you're in a low space. And so that's why that even like what's being offered with the coaching that we have in August, we have the little coaching program that Nicole and Bethany and I are running. Jill has the 5-week mini mastermind. Like there's all kinds of things that you can get in on that's going to change your energy. So if you're in a low space, I really, really urge you to take the time to invest in yourself and get into a space where that you are going to rank up and really believe in yourself, because it is everything.
It is. It sure is. And yeah, about the energy thing, it's just it's something like you never experienced anything like it, because like unless you've come to a company convention before, but it really is, you're around like-minded people who are happy making an income from home, they're empowered, they're excited, and then you get an energy. It's literally a law that you then become that, right? It's the law of physics. I don't know what it's called, but it has to have, because you're in the energy. And when you walk around and you meet people like Amanda Cooper and Jen Dorsey and Bill Banta and Jill Sager, all those diamonds, they want to meet you and they want to see you because you're an integral piece of their organization too, right? You have to think it could have been your order that pushed them up over that rank limit, right? So each and every single order, even if you're enrolling or not, is extremely important to their organization, and they're so excited and happy to meet you. Like you'll get hugs and everyone tells you they love you, and it's just this magical happy love fest, I guess. But then we went to, so a few of us leaders stayed behind and we did not go home on Sunday. We went to the leadership mastermind with Jill Sager and it was amazing. So if you want to get in with Jill's energy, that she's doing that 5-week mastermind that Heidi was talking about. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed, either do the 5-week mastermind or the $1,000 club with Bethany and I, depending on where you're at. If you have more time to do this and you can do both, then you can do both. The $1,000 club is a reel a day and then 3 to 5 story slides for 5 out of 7 days a week. So that would be, it'll probably be a total of like 15-ish minutes a day, depending on how long it takes you to physically put a reel together. And then the mastermind is probably more like a half hour each day. So if you did both, if you can plan for 45 minutes a day, then that's awesome. And if you can't, then I would just pick one or the other. If you're looking for more social media running, the $1,000 club is gonna be the thing that you're looking for. And if you're looking for more organization and you need that energy boost, I would do Jill's 5-week mastermind. But again, if you can squeeze both in, totally recommend both, but you're looking at about 45 minutes a day for both of them.
Yeah. And if you think about like a job and the 9 to 5 and actually what you do get paid an hour, it's not a lot. And so what we're really focusing on is we want enrollments for you guys. So yes, stories are important, reels are important, but the most important piece that you're ever going to do is have connections with people and conversations. And again, like there's no magic sauce to this. But you do put in the work, show up for the calls. The other thing I want to say about showing, like all of you guys have showed up to the calls, which shows a lot. But when you are showing up and other people see you showing up, so if you took like a screenshot of this, then you're like, oh, so excited to be on the team call today, and your people duplicate what you do. So if you decide not to show up, your team is not going to show up either. If you like, go back within yourself because you're going through a hard time, your team sees you not showing up. So everything that you do, like it or not, duplicates. And whatever complaint that you have within, like you can say, well, nobody's showing up. Well, how are you showing up? And well, every person that I have ever signed up decides to quit. Well, you've quit on yourself. Like if you put a mirror in front of your face and every single excuse that you've given yourself, if you reflect back, you're like, shit, that's actually me. And when we take the responsibility on ourselves, it gives us a whole different perspective. Like I don't have the self-confidence to show up. Well, how do you expect somebody to come into your organization and be like a big builder and have confidence? So everything reflects. And so the more that you do and the more you show up and the more that you commit, that's where your people are going to come from. And that's where your builders are going to come from. And that's where that you're going to attract the people that are supposed to come into your organization.
Absolutely. Yeah, the mirror thing. I know I don't like hearing the mirror thing either because it is true. There was like a couple things that I was bringing up when we were at Jill's mastermind, and it's like just constantly reflected back at me, and I'm like, I know, but it's good. One of the biggest takeaways from Jill's was so my biggest thing is I set a goal, I don't hit it, so I don't do it again. I'm just like, well, if I didn't hit it before, I'm not going to hit it again. And what was said that like hit me like a ton of bricks was, how do you say that? Goals are set to stretch yourself. Goals aren't meant to be achieved. You're setting them to stretch yourself. So that's why sometimes we'll make those like big astronomical goals of, I want to make 40, 50, 100,000 a month. So you don't put that cap on yourself and you're actually going to focus and do that type of work because that's what you're running for. So when we're making these small goals of like, I want to enroll one person a month, or I want to enroll one brand partner every couple months, that's the wiggle room you're giving yourself. When you set bigger goals, you're stretching yourself to believe that you can do more. Maybe we're not going to make it to the top, but that's a good thing because now our mindset is up here. Maybe we're here, but our mindset's up here, like waiting for us to catch up. And then we stretch it more and more and more and more and more. So what I think we should do on Wednesday, I'll bring back our coaching calls and I want to go over the goal mapping and I want to do that 3-day, 3-person activity that we did, Heidi. I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I literally told Jill to shut up. I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
It was a powerful exercise and it just takes like 2 minutes, but it was really cool.
Yeah, we're here for team growth. We're here for big things, and those that are going to choose to come along the way. We're so excited to have you guys with us. And that's the thing is you're never going to see Nicole and I poke prod or pull anybody in this business. It's going to be like, we're here to see you succeed, but we can't, somebody said something to me about, let's get you to diamond. And I'm like, how are you going to get me to diamond? Because nobody can get me to diamond but me. And Jill did a retreat one time and she says, get ready. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get to diamond. And so they're all like on the edge of the chair. And this was Suzanne telling us the story. And Jill goes, however you want. Because and Suzanne's like, almost threw my book across the room and hit my head because everybody is looking for the plan. They're looking for like, the step-by-step, what am I going to do that's going to make me successful? And everybody's journey is so different. Like when I'm watching the people that were walking across the stage and everybody's journey is so different. They're completely different people, different backgrounds, different everything. And so your journey is not going to be the same as mine or the same as Nicole's. How you get to where you want to be is exactly how you want to and how you want to show up. So it's yeah, it really kind of sucks when all of the responsibility goes back on us and there's not a list that is going to follow steps going to happen. So we can give you guidance, but we can't do it for you.
I learned that a lot this week too, is the comparison game, is playing that comparison game. Even when I set my goals, I'm like, then I can do it in, maybe 2 to 4. And that's not how we create our goals, because that's called comparison. And I mean, that's not what Amanda Cooper did. That's not what we did when we first started. We were just excited. And I think we're bringing excitement back right now with the whole facelift that Amari just got. We just got easier to use Happy Juice. It's 2 parts. It's 1 price. I know in Canada it's a little different. I know most of us on the call are Canadian, so sorry. But I mean, even then we have the Canadian launch, which is a whole other market that we can tap, because there is not enough brand partners in Canada right now. This is a whole new ball game in Canada, and we can get direct deposit. It was so cool seeing I had an extra $60 on my bank account the other day, and I didn't have to transfer it. But there's so many exciting things happening, and my biggest fear for people not running now is in 2 to 3 years, they're going to start seeing your friends using this and building the business. And then we didn't run when we could have. And now we have all of these friends in our circle using Happy Juice. We were just talking about it today. We have this mutual friend, and she was really mad at us that we all joined Amari. We didn't even know she was doing it. She had never told us. And I'm trying to think of like one of the girls that potentially, I mean, I don't know if we would have signed up with her, right? But just like, let's say she actually talked to people about it. Chanel would have been, she's a diamond now. Like that could have been potential volume under her if she signed up with her, but just saying she didn't even talk about it, right? And then there's a leader here, a leader here. There's so many people that she had the opportunity to talk to, and she sat back and just stayed quiet. So I don't want anybody to think that, because Heidi and I have also actually experienced that. It's the sucky feelings. They're like, dang it, we should have talked to them, but we were too nervous.
Yeah.
So like my vision for the next 3 years is like hit the ground running, feet to the pavement, because there's going to be a time where everybody is going to know about Happy Juice, and it should be you that gets to tell them about it. David Chung, is that his name? David Chung. I always want to say David Hung. He's
Chung.
talking about mental wellness retreats, a mental wellness show, like on TV, a show on TV. He's talking about magazines. He is talking about so many different things. So everybody literally will know what Amari is at one point. So we have to decide if we want to be the ones to introduce it to people, or if we're going to let somebody else do that. And I think you guys deserve to be the ones to tell them.
Well, that's just it. You know, if people are following you along and you disappear, they're going to be like, well, they're not doing that anymore. So showing up. Gloria, I think I answered your call. I know that you like the blitz at like 9 p.m. The only thing is getting, and I actually talked to Jill about this at the retreat. And I said like, and that's why she doesn't do late calls either. She's like, I'm literally mentally burnt out by that time. But if you want blitz calls at that time, host them with those people around you that like get a few people together and be like 9 p.m. is when works for me. And you guys can even do them too, because the outline is super easy. Like we can give you the outline for them.
Well, I actually have a recording of one as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do, yeah, I really like blitz calls, and yeah, I'll make a plan or something.
Well, I mean, that's something I was going to say we could do, like even as part of our mindset stuff, but that's still not, no, we need mindset blitz. I mean, blitz is something you can do on your own. Any other questions? I think I told you about the direct deposit, can't tell the time. Nicole and I have no idea what time it is right now because we're trying to function on like 4 different time zones.
Yeah. I don't even know where. And I booked my take. I don't even know my name, literally. So you're fine.
I was just looking at my phone and I'm like, what time is it? Oh my God.
I did record it. I did
Okay.
record it, but our Wi-Fi's crap, so I probably won't be able to upload it until I get home, but I'll put it in the chat once I get home tomorrow and can rewatch it. We were just recapping convention and all the exciting things, but I'm gonna go over a couple activities that Jill shared with us on Wednesday. We'll do the 2 p.m. mindset call. It is really, really cool. I'm excited for you guys to try it.
I'll try to tell time tomorrow.
Well,
Oh
we
my God,
use-
it's tomorrow Wednesday?
Oh no, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh my God.
Isn't Mindset Wednesday?
Yeah, I thought it
Yeah,
was
okay.
Monday.
Like, we don't know what day it is. We don't know what time it is. We're gonna lose our whole night's sleep because we're flying, and then she's got to drive home.
I want to go home.
I know Nicole's airport reels are always the best because it's always like when you posted the one of you guys going and she was chewing, I'm like, it's the same thing every time. She's always chewing food.
Listen, she
And
wanted to be at the airport already by now, and it's 4:26 here, and we don't fly till like after 11 o'clock tonight. She was,
she just
I
wants to
need
find a
to go
corner.
home.
she likes hard airport chairs, apparently.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Gloria.
Oh, okay. Hard for mothers. Kids should be in bed by 9 p.m. I know.
Well, you guys, I think this is, we'll let you, what time is it? Yeah, we'll let you guys go, but I really think maybe tonight, just sit on and decide if you want to be a part of this, because like I said, like David is putting out shows, magazines, websites, like everything you can imagine, everything is getting a facelift. And I know sometimes it's frustrating, especially for us Canadians right now. I know the website is not the funnest thing in the world, but everything is going to be completely changing. Those minor inconveniences, like just brush them off. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. You're allowed to, you can message me and vent if you like. We can vent about it. Sometimes I get frustration, but all these minor inconveniences for what's about to happen, I think is worth it. These are just growing pains. That's it. Hang on tight, Canadians.
Gloria, I know that there's a zero that you have to add in there somewhere, so I don't know if it's necessarily the account number or the transit number that needs the extra zero.
Oh, Gloria, if you go into that Sip and Smile chat, Heidi Slow and Wait, I'll go try to find it and I'll take it.
I still haven't changed my direct deposit over yet, so.
She put a picture in there of what customer support said to do for your direct deposit. Yeah, so tomorrow, three person action. I was like, shut up. It was really good. Completely changed my mind. And it'll be a quick call because I'll be really tired from not sleeping all night. Does anybody have any questions? Are we excited for convention next year? Does anybody buy tickets? Mandy's like, I'm not getting on a plane. I can see her sitting there sweating.
Yeah, the boys heard where it was at, and they're like, oh, "This is our chance," because they've always wanted to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are making it into a family thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really good. Really, really,
Yeah.
really good. And Gloria's already planning to drive down, I'm sure.
Yes.
Kendra, you
I-
catch a drive with Gloria and Leanna. They would
I
love
cannot
that.
I
wait.
totally will. That would be a really cool trip. There's people that I know people that do it. And I drove to Toronto, and if I could drive to Toronto from here, then it's pretty much the same thing I hear. So I'll do it. I'm game.
I want to play by play. Like, I want to know like
Yeah.
of what's going on, because you ain't in Canada anymore, honey.
Everyone, make sure you go get your passports and please remind me to update mine. I don't get stuck at the airport. Jeez. Anyways, I hope you guys have a really good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll remind you in the chat when we're doing it and I'll share the link with you, okay? Nice to see ya.
Alright. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.